Peace, everybody. Peace, 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 peace. Shalom, UncleK. Peace be upon you. Hallelujah. All praises to the Most High through His Son, Yahushua HaMashiach. It's your brother, UncleK. And we're back with another one. Longevity is by far one of the biggest priorities when you live in a life of chastity. Longevity is very high on that list, man. Longevity. You want to feel so healthy. You want to be operating at your highest. That's why this is for longevity. It's going to add more years upon your life by you not excreting yourself of valuable minerals. Because when a life force leaves your body, you're taken away from your life in general. You know, just to bring forth life into this world, it's a sacrifice. The man is making a big sacrifice by him releasing his sexual energy into his wife to bring forth more life. That is a sacrifice. And if you're not willing to make that sacrifice, right now it's important for you to think of longevity. Because even if you make that sacrifice, you're not living a reprobated life where you're just defiling your temple. Because you're supposed to do things with purpose. Good to see you, Danny. It's good to do things with purpose. So if you're purposefully procreating, then okay, it's still a big sacrifice because you are bringing life into the world. But when you're doing it regularly, nonstop, without any pullback, with no self-control, without no resistance, no resilience, then you don't have longevity. You know, you're bringing life into the world, but yet you hop right back on the journey. You hop right back on the practice, like it was, like you never fell off, because you want longevity. You're not going to continue to keep getting on that same freight train and just keep releasing. For real, yeah, longevity. It's definitely the mindset, you know? And it's a great thing to just have an immense amount of life force within your body. And you are finding a lot of blissful moments without it having to be too cinematic. Just the simplistic things, just the basic things, getting adequate amount of sunlight, drinking an adequate amount of water, eating a healthy diet, reading good books, watching good informative videos, applying yourself, physical fitness. It just feels amazing, and that's how it should feel, right? Yeah, we're not releasing. It's it's no point to release if you're not trying to bring forth life. You know, you could bring forth life in so many other ways. By you speaking life into a person, you could bring forth life. Some people don't look at it like that though. But you could bring forth life into someone that's feeling so broken, that's feeling so heartbroken, that they feel like they have no hope. You could speak life into people. That's another way to bring forth life, right? A man that's living a life of countenance, chastity, sobriety, all good things. This man, he wants to have longevity. This man wants to extend his years. This man, if it's up to the Most High, this man has his mother and father still in his life. So that's going to extend his years as well too, because he's honoring his mother and father. Now, if this man have been forsaken, then hey, the Most High got him even more because that's the only father you're gonna run to. So I was also brother Danny said I was also thinking times you may not feel like I was also thinking at times you may feel like we're a little down. It certainly doesn't show. I notice my face the way it looks, very vibrant, full of life. Absolutely, my brother. Absolutely, man. Because the times the times when you are feeling extremely low. You know, it's not really. It's nothing negative. It ain't nothing too. It's not really something bring you down. A lot of times it's just you just had a long day sometimes, and sometimes maybe that energy as well too is just circulating as well too. I had a period of that as well too, where I wasn't feeling you know very cheerful. I wasn't feeling like my best, but I wasn't stop. I didn't stop doing the things that I knew was good for me. I didn't stop praying. I didn't stop reading. I didn't stop eating healthy. I didn't stop working out. I didn't stop listening to affirmations. I didn't stop watching informative videos. I didn't stop seeking after wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. I didn't stop. I didn't stop those things. And by you not giving up, but the times when you felt low, you're gonna get a brand new amount of energy, and by you staying down with it, your countenance didn't even look phased. That light didn't get taken out of your eyes because it's different when you're feeling a little down, but you are committing sins against your own body. It's a whole different type of look, right, fellas? Right, brother Danny? It's a whole different type of look when you're defiling your temple, but you're feeling down because of some circumstance. You're not gonna look vibrant. You're not gonna look full of life. But when you're not excreting your life force, your life fluids, you're going to still look vibrant because it's only a little season. It's only just a little moment, not even a season, because a season could last from 3 to 4 months. So let's just call it a moment. It was just a moment that we felt a little low, and it lasts anywhere from a few days to maybe a week tops. But when you address that feeling and you haven't defiled your temple, you haven't went down the ladder, you haven't went down the hole, then guess what? You're gonna look vibrant. Your eyes are gonna look bright. Your skin is gonna be vibrant and has so many different hurts, and you're gonna be feeling a whole new type of strength too. On top of it, hey, Christo, brother Christo in the building. Good to see you, brother. He said exactly. It's like we don't let it discourage us, right? We keep pushing toward. Yeah, keep pushing forward. That's when we grow. Absolutely. It would only get discouraging if you are not making any progression in the field that you want to progress in, or you're not taking initiate steps to actually progress. You can't let any emotion bring you down. As a man, you cannot let a certain emotion bring you down just so you can kind of mope with it and not force that energy. That energy sometimes is waiting for you to awaken it. Like we all have so much we have so much abilities that we possibly are not tapped into yet, but we're training consistently, constantly to unlock those chambers, to get even more power, to get even more spiritual power, to get more physical power, mental capacities. We're trying to get stronger. Our day-to-day life, we do treat it like an anime. I know I do. Take my hot baths like I'm in a hot spring. After I train, I go take a hot bath. They be hitting a hot spring after they train super hard. Go hit the hot bath, get into a meditation, heavy breathing, deep concentration, you know, push through all adversities, man. And that's definitely gonna make us stronger. That's when we grow. We grow when we overcome. Yeah, it's a whole different type of down when you're not doing the right things compared to feeling down for other reasons. Right, you know? It's absolutely right. Because it's like when we feel that low feeling, it's not that we burned ourselves out. It's just sometimes we gotta kind of take a step back and slow it up a little bit. Because it is possible to use a lot of your chi without you knowing how to control your chi. Like for instance, like you could be thinking about so many things and trying to overload your table, but you're using so much chi right now, and you're kind of you're depleting yourself, not from your life force chi, but from like a different type of chi. Not your life force chi, but maybe like a mental or a physical type of transmutation per se, right? And it tends to make you feel kind of drained down. Like, man, I'm thinking about too much things I'm trying to manifest. Why can't I just let it flow to me? Why when I gave that initiate thought or the attention that I felt like it deserves, and I made that agreement with it, why am I still thinking about that agreement? Why am I still thinking about these things? Why am I not just going towards that direction, slowly but gradually making steps? Sometimes, we put too much on our table, but when we sit back a little bit, then we meditate on what it is. And we the thing about a man too, when he's living a life of chastity as well too, his memory is very sharp, that he remembers even the energetic point when he gave that energy to it. And then he'd be like, oh wait, that's why I feel like that, man. Oh yeah. Ah, okay. All right. Now I gotta slow it down a little bit and just let it flow. Right. I'm gonna be like, hey man, you're already working in that direction. They be like, you be like, man, Danny, I'm already. If I was Danny or per se, I'll just say, hey, man, Kaylon, man, look, you already made that agreement. You're already going in that direction. Stop, stop feeling as though that you're not in that direction yet. You're going in that direction. So just keep doing the good things that you're doing right now, and it's gonna feel even greater by you getting there. And that's a fact. He said, I've been going. Oh, okay. He said, I've been called too fast. Just realizing. Hold on, I've been being called too fast. Just realizing I need to let go of so much that I can't control. It's calling me to let go of things. Yep, yep, yep. You can't be too fast out here. That's for sure. Yeah, my brother, that hot bath, man. That hot bath. It's very therapeutic, man. That hot bath with a little bit of magnesium, fragrance free magnesium salt, or Epsom salt per se. Yeah, Epsom salt. It is magnesium sulfate though. So, but it's called Epsom salt. But yeah, throw a little bit of Epsom salt in that tub, man. Hot tub all the way up. Get up in there, open up them pores, detoxify. That's gonna make your skin even more vibrant. You already have this life force in you already. You detoxify that skin, you open up them pores, clean it up a little bit. What? Man, you exfoliate a little bit. You put some nice oils on your face, man. Come on. Game changer. The mental focus can cause us to drain at times. Yeah, brother. Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's like we definitely have to refocus a lot of times because our minds our minds are moving at a much faster rate than an average person out here that's just not focused. A lot of people spend their times on phones just scrolling, not really using their brains. The thing about us is like we're we're constantly after some form of knowledge, so we can always understand something. It's like we're hunting after it, right? We're hunting nonstop. We're like, man, I want to know this. I want to know that. I want to make sure I'm on point with this. Oh, what does this do? How does this work? And then when it comes down to getting information from, this lifestyle that we live, a lot of esoteric things, a lot of just ancient teachings and things of that nature, we always tap into certain things like that. And we love learning. We love learning. We love learning. And when it comes to a lot of learning, you're going to have to take time to let all that decompress a little bit. You're going to have to take time to sit still a little bit and let it marinate in your subconscious, your conscious, and your unconscious. Man, there's always something going on in LA. There's always something going on out here, man. There's always something going on in this city. But yeah, longevity is one of the primary focuses why we begin to practice this practice. Longevity by far is one of the most one of the biggest things that we prioritize for sure. Everything we do is for longevity. That's why we eat healthy. That's why we juice a lot. That's why we put good nutrition in our body, good supplementation in our body. It's not because we want to be immortal, but hey, you want to feel your best no matter if your age is going up. You want to just feel very vibrant. Other than manifesting and getting certain things, in the spiritual realm, like that's already something that's primarily one of the biggest focuses that we all have. We all want that, right? That spiritual wisdom, that spiritual strength, that spiritual control. We wanna know things of the Shamayim, right? We wanna understand things of the heavens. We wanna have a divine connection, a supreme connection with the Most High. We wanna understand things from a bigger perspective, and we want to learn it through a simplistic lens. That's why we get on this lifestyle, and those things are gonna come. Those things are gonna come, but yeah, longevity is on top of the list. That's a fact. That's a fact. Because when you have longevity, you're able to go longer. You're able to have more stamina with everything that you want to do in life. You have more stamina mentally, physically, emotionally to withstand a lot of these, traps and snares that they have out here in this broken system. Right. So, we spend most of our time focusing on self, understanding self, understanding that our brains is one of the most powerful tools that we can use in this time we're living in right now. Our brains, let me say that again, our brains is one of the most powerful tools that we can use right now. And that's why it's so vital that we don't excrete ourselves from this life force, because that's cerebral fluid, that's brain fluid, that's brain matter. And we all know that from experience. When this life force leaves out of your body, you feel it in your brain so much. You feel it in your brain. That's why your brain starts to get fogged up. It starts to feel heavy and congested, like a whole bunch of mucus is building up in your brain, and you need some type of cure to get all that out. It's like you wish that there was like a faucet that you can excrete all that smoke out of your brain, but that's the reason why we don't deplete ourselves, right? It's a brand new season, man. It's a brand new season, and I hope that all of us plan to do this real real deep, like this whole year. Like we all stay locked in and we all stay focused, because this year all of us, we should be going still strong with our goals. If you have no wife, if you have a wife, it don't matter. Get to your goals. All right. We should be able to stay strong this year coming around. We don't have any intention of procreating this year, so you know, let us hold on. Let us hold on and get them goals, man. Let's get to that body. Let's get that body that we want. Let's get that. Let's get them finances that we want. Let's get that job we want. Let's get that breakthrough that we looking for. Like let's get something, man. Let the Most High roll in something that we didn't even think He was gonna roll in. Just let's just let things roll in, man. Let's just let these good treasures just roll in without us even having to really stress ourselves out so much about it. Like, let us just be on the side of light, so more light and more beautiful things could be opened up to us. He said that's why supplements are working out, controlling energy, and eating healthy is key. Also, how we think, thinking positively, right, and on the good things. Now, feel facts, brother, facts, facts, facts. You got to stay locked on this way of being right. We already know the Son of the Most High is the way and the truth and the life. But when it comes down to practices, this is by far a supreme practice. The Son of the Most High, Yahusha, he's the way, the truth, and the life. But this lifestyle that we all live in, it's a supreme practice. And that's a fact. This is supreme practice right here, bro. Supreme practice. You want to have that supreme energy, start holding on to your life for its energy. You want to be tapped in, you want to have that supreme awareness, hold on to your sexual energy, right? And let it be. You start getting attraction, it's cool. It's all right. You're supposed to. You're becoming a more energetic, attractive person. So when your energy is right, everything about you has become more attractive. Your facial structure is gonna start getting more attractive. Right? Right, brothers? Your eyebrows gonna start getting darker. Your facial hair is gonna start getting darker. Right? Come on. Talk to me, fellas. You ain't gonna have no bags under your eyes. Your skin gonna be glowing like you gonna be glowing like you got that glass skin. You feel me? Like, yeah, like seriously though, like it was something, right? I looked myself in the mirror real quick. Me and my wife was brushing our teeth. I was like, man, my all my facial hairs is getting dark. Eyebrows looking thick, dark. Yeah, the body we want. Yeah, we already look. Yeah, the way we look in the face, all around favor roll in. Right, that's a fact. We need that. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. Right, my brother. It's time to be wise men. No more fools. No more fools. No more foolishness. You know what I mean? And I wanna roll this in too, right, Danny? Check it, man. When you get over 100 days on SR, that's when the real benefits start kicking in. That's when you could start seeing the real changes happen with your body, right? Like the things you're trying to manifest, the way you're trying to design yourself. After you get over 100 days, that's when the manifestation really start happening. That's when you could really transform yourself at will, for real. You speak it into existence, it's gonna come through because before those 100 days, you are going through so many trials, so many trials, so many trials. I got a bar. I got a bar for y'all, right? This song that I'm writing right now, I got a bar for y'all. So it starts off like this, and it's simple. Y'all know in my songs, I don't do none of the gimmicks or try to like create a flow, like a whole bunch of random flows and stuff like that. Simple bar. Check it. It's a different battle when you jabbing with yourself. Just to be a better man, trial after trial, tribulation after tribulations, just to go harder, but still need rest. It's a constant battle. Hey, oh, it's a constant battle. I'm telling y'all, I'm cooking up some heat, and y'all gonna really enjoy it. I'm serious. That bar right there is serious. To me, that bar is real serious, man. You know, it's a different battle when you jabbing with yourself. Just to be a better man, trial after trial, tribulation after tribulation, just to go harder, but still need rest. It's a constant battle. Man, for real, for real. Yeah, looks been enhancing lately, right? Been even seeing it in the mirror. Real talk. Real talk. Real talk. Real talk. But yeah, man, tonight I want to make sure that I'm getting a good, adequate amount of sleep. I need to start going to bed a little bit more early, or try to, depending on what the fam is up to, or if my son is up, or I just gotta make sure we get some sleep. I'm about to yawn right now too. I had to hold that one in a little bit. It's already 8:38. Yeah. Hey man, I'm glad y'all tapped in this live though. I'm really glad for real, for real. I've been in between. Yeah, that's sleep valid. I've been in between making some pre-recorded content and stuff, so I've been figuring out like going back and forth with it. But you know, I'm glad the pre-recorded content is coming in. So today was a day I said, yeah, let's just go live tonight. Let's talk about longevity. Yes, sir. Keep pressing. Truth, hey, truth. I'm gonna need that white headband on, man. I'm gonna need that white headband soon. For real, man. You gotta pop out with that white headband. You know what I mean? That's that NBA street look. Uh-oh. The way he popping out with the white headband, oh man, it's gonna be dangerous. It's gonna be dangerous, man. It's gonna be dangerous. You can even throw it on with the do rag too. You know what I'm saying? You gotta really pop out with it, man. Off the top rope. Yes, sir. Yeah, the new music, the new music. I can't really give a date when I'm start dropping. It's everything is still in process of recording, so I just need to punch in more. To be honest, I need to punch in a little bit more and spend a little more time punching in with it. But yeah, we're making progress. Making progress with this new music. I want to be very intentional with it. I want it to kind of simulate certain experiences. I just don't want to talk about, you know, so many good things. I want to get back into creating album modes where the last album I made consciously was in 2016 before I was even on YouTube and all of that, man. I want to get back into that album mode, like preparing for certain things, just like really writing down meaningful lyrics. That's gonna really hit home. And I'm glad like that the Most High gave me a platform with a lot of good brothers, man, and he gave me a platform that's able to be monetized. So I feel like that was always a goal because I had got opportunities to sign with independent labels a lot of years ago, man. I remember this European company. Can't really give out names, but it was a European record label that wanted to sign me because I was doing a lot of features out in I did a feature in France with a French artist, and I did a feature with someone out in Switzerland too. And her music is still booming on Apple Music and stuff like that. My name is still on it, you know. But yeah, the record label she was on, they sent me a contract and everything, and I was like, I read it over and I was just like, so only if I could do it without like having somebody back me, you know. So like I'm glad, got YouTube, could figure it out through there. Then eventually start dropping music on Spotify and stuff like that on my own accord. And now I have my own outlet where I can distribute my music, but it's gonna come out of pocket anyway. So I'd rather do it that way, for now. But still, I like being self efficient. Yeah, man. Really want to get into that bag for real. It's gonna be a deep meditation, and that's where I want to. Other than like, and that's the thing I want to just touch bases on before we get out of here too. When it comes down to transmuting this energy, I feel like we need to transmute our energy to our passions. Like, is working out really a passion for us, or is it really just a super duper locked in? Uh, like it's a super duper locked in. See, for us, training is an art. I'm not gonna lie. It feels like an art. It does feel like a priority. It feels like something we want to do, even though we don't want to be bodybuilders on no stage. We still train in a way where we just want to be top notch, regardless of the fact. But when it comes down to deep desires, like deep artistic things, like we should be able to transmute our energy to certain things of that area, like business or whatever it is. We got to make sure that we're really transmuting our energy into those areas. And speaking that right now, let us try to do that, like little by little, day by day, whatever it is. Let us just try to put a little bit of that energy into a craft, a art, something that we really like, that we're really passionate about, and let us see it build. Because transmutating this energy shouldn't just be solely for physical all the time, because that's a very high demand of energy, right? If you take all this chi and all this sexual energy and just always transmute it to physical, sometimes it won't burn you out, but it will kind of kindle that fire a little bit. You know what I mean? Like that heavy pressure you felt, you could have taken that and put it into something that could have transformed into something great. Without with due time. But working out is always going to be something. Is always It's working out is always going to be something that's going to be a part of a purpose, because we want to look good regardless. We want to be busting out that t-shirt regardless. You know. So yeah, working out for me is for a purpose, right? Mainly for strength, but in reality, is to be attracted to the opposite. It's deep at the same time. Not that deep. 100%, right, bro? You wanna work out. Absolutely, you want to work right, mainly for strength, right, to protect your flock. Also, you definitely want to be attractive too. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? It's Yeah, you're 100%. It's deep, but it's not deep. Like, it's complex, but not complex. I'll be saying that a lot too. We make things real complex, but it's not complex. But it's complex to us because the desires why we want to have it, right? So yeah, ultimately you want to have strength, but you want to look good with that strength. You know, there was something that I read that said subconsciously we do things for the opposite sex. How about we just stop doing things subconsciously and just do it consciously? How about we just, like, you look at yourself and you tell yourself, "Hey, I want to be attractive." Like, so start getting attractive. Ain't that right? Ain't that the fact? Don't turn it into some subconscious thing now. Be conscious with it. But with all that being said, we got self control, even though we conscious, right? It's like, hey, I just want to be attractive so I can get it my way, right? I want to have all this life force energy. So when I step into the room, I'm an attractive man, and I have an aura, and I have self control. Someone would look at me for a business opportunity way before they look at somebody that don't got those things, right? So you walk into a place of business, you come in there with your suit and tie, your biceps busting through the shirt, your chest, like, you got to get if you're really trying to stretch it, you wearing a 2X. Like, I suggest don't get a medium, get a large for that button down, because you try to put on a medium, man, that thing going to choke. So you might as well get a large. I mean, if you if you get the true size, you're gonna look even more yoked up. Truth be told, like, it don't mean, like, when you yoked up, it don't mean to get a tighter shirt. Like, that don't not gonna make you look way more yoked up. If you look yoked up with a baggy, then guess what? It's gonna look dangerous when you have on a big button down shirt too. With one of the big collars, the nice fit collar jackets, the blazers, you get the right type of fit, and you got the handsome look to you. You got the glowing skin, the well groomed beard, whatnot. Thick eyebrows. You smelling good, feeling good, looking good, all that. Real talk. It's exactly bringing that from our subconscious to the outside lookers will never know. Facts, bro. Like, we could be in our subconscious mind and we know what to put in the forefront. We got the power. We ain't playing with these jokers out here. That yeah, we ain't playing with these jokers, man. Yeah, yeah, that medium, man. That medium be choking, bro. That medium be choking. I ain't gonna lie though. I be getting medium tank tops. Now that be like right now. I got on a medium. That thing be dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Be dangerous with that medium, boy. Man, one time I was like, let me buy a small pack real quick just to see how that fit. Yeah, when I put them things on, yo, it was hard to get it off. First of all, the medium too. The medium, I gotta kind of stretch the bottom a little bit to kind of like huff it over my head. I can't just take it off regular. I gotta really like yank it over my head. But I'm gonna stick with the mediums though. Yeah, yeah, fellas. All praises to the Most High. All praises, all praises, all praises. Yeah, you definitely gotta be careful without ripping it. Definitely, that's a fact, bro. That's a fact. It may get a little loose at the bottom a little bit, but all you gotta do is when it's wash day, you wash it, throw it in the dryer, you get it right. Come back like it never struts. Yeah, fellas. Hey, y'all have a good night. Y'all be at peace. Y'all keep the joy. Y'all keep it sound mind, a sound heart, always, always. And just to keep going, just to keep going, just to keep going. Go as far as you can go. And when you get as far as you can go a little further. That's it. Just keep going. Right? Just keep going. Ain't no breaks. You only take breaks when it's time for you to get some more gas, get some more food, get some rest. Always stay in that form of meditation though. Always. That's very pivotal as well too. But yeah, let's get up out of here. I love every single last one of y'all. It's been a blessing. And I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. Most high willing, I'm gonna see y'all soon. But for now, peace. And y'all take care. All right. It's your brother Uncle K. Checking out. Peace.